Man, I'm fucking hungry. I know what to do. Yeah, hi. Can I place an order for delivery, please? Yeah, let me get a combo number D12. No, that's it. 15 minutes? Alright, cool. Thank you. Hello? Oh, you here? Alright, word. I'll be right there. Oh, shit. Fuck yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Ghetto grub.
This is GBC, remix and beats, doing what we please, with the beats and smash up all the enemies. This is GBC, remix and beats, helping MCs free to beat and beat up all the MCs. This is GBC, remix and beats, doing what we please, with the beats and smash up all the enemies. This is GBC, remix and beats, helping MCs free to beat and beat up all the MCs. It's so bad, we so stacked with the whole pack, and don't rats hold back, you let it go crack upside your head. Already told you back the fuck up before you get hit with it full blast, cause we know that you can't take no more of that shit. That's it, it's over, no take it back. Shit savage, the way we let it go when we attack, bitch. Lashing out at anyone trying to come at us. We live for that shit. That's the type of action that happens to a side of hostile reaction from the GBC. You know you fucked up when we laughing while we sizing up these bitches for the slaughter. Right through like a marauder, hunt you down from the cause stronger now. More than when you was at your best. Rest now, cause you know that we just getting started. Blessed with the realest vibe, always ride or die. Hip hop will always live long as the GBC's alive. This is GBC, remix and beats, doing what we please, with the beats and smash up all the enemies. This is GBC, remix and beats, helping MCs free to beat and beat up all the MCs. This is GBC, remix and beats, doing what we please, with the beats and smash up all the enemies. This is GBC, remix and beats, helping MCs free to beat and beat up all the MCs.
This is your brain on drugs.
Does this look familiar to you? Hi, I'm BBT, and today I have great news. Introducing Aquasist. Aquasist, a revolutionary new product brought to you by BOOTHPharma that combines 2 parts H and 1 part O for the finest results. As marijuana acceptance is on the rise, millions of Americans every day struggle with a new problem, aeritis orifice, otherwise known as cottonmouth. Cottonmouth can affect a lot of people in a lot of ways, often slowing down productivity and making those simple things in life harder to enjoy. Cottonmouth can add extra challenge to anybody who's trying to just live their lives and do everyday activities. Things like eating, construction. Our scientists have been hard at work creating this revolutionary new product. Using only the finest ingredients, combining 2 parts H and 1 part O, Aquasist is here for your everyday use. Just 2 sprays of Aquasist can combat any level of cottonmouth that you might be experiencing at this time. Aquasist is great for wake and bakes too. Don't let cottonmouth slow you down. Common side effects for Aquasist are headache, nausea, and a little bit of watery stools. In rare cases, some people may experience bloody stools. If this happens, stop using Aquasist and call your doctor immediately. Aquasist, it'll keep you wet. Aquasist, brought to you by BOOTHPharma. Aquasist does nothing for your bad breath. Just be aware.
I don't look
You know, there are definitely bad police out there, but an overwhelming majority of good people just trying to do a good job, and I support the police.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a job to do, and I think if you get in a situation where you're trying to make somebody's job more difficult, no matter what the situation is,
Yep.
you're not going to get the same service. You're not going to get the same interaction. It's not going to be the same.
Not gonna be the same.
Not going to be the same.
No.
Their job isn't to go and search everybody and take away their rights. Their job is to make sure everybody's being safe
Protect and serve.
Protect and serve, and not trying to like get involved in what the hell you're doing. If you think that they know you or they're out to get you, they're probably not.
They're probably not.
They might have a bead on you, but they don't like pick a person and like pick on them for
unless,
anything.
Unless you're a criminal, then they might be.
Like a big criminal.
Yeah. Well, even little criminals.
No, I'm talking about like, you know, like one of the miniatures.
Like ninja guys, like the trolls.
Like, I look at you and I squish you, BBT.
But you know what, Paulie? You
know it's time for one of those fucking us versus them, son. And you know what? It's us versus them 4@gmail.com.
Yep, if you want to put in some
and do
things.
And
even if you don't want to rap over the beat, at least go check out that artist's page.
Yeah, because they put a lot of beats up. And we do a different one every week.
Yeah, we try to promote different people. You'll find the link to that beat in the description of this video right here. So, always
it out.
Make sure you go over, show support, support local artists.
I mean, and I guess it's not local if it's on YouTube, but look for the diamond and the rock followers. Don't just follow this same thing.
Here's the important thing. You got to remember one thing about local musicians, local artists, everything. They're going up against,
conglomerates,
big giant corporations,
almost like Monopoly.
Yeah. So when you wanna support something, support your musicians, support your artists.
Go to the shows.
People. Go to the shows. Like, share, and subscribe. Watch their videos. Comment.
Tell your friends about things that you like so that they go and look at it too.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Alright, so what's going to us versus them? That's that.
That's that. We'll be back.
Check it out. Yavo Beats, son.
It's called Night School. Yavo.
Night School?
Beats. Night School.
Alright.
Ha.
Do you want me to get all up in this because I'm excited?
Yeah.
I'll get up on this because I'm excited about the lions. Hit the mic, kids, hit all night and start not even fighting. Just letting the shit go up and we not even writing. And the shit go up all night because the shit that we smoking is getting me excited and fucking open and chilling out, looking at everything. I want to be spoken chilling out with shit to gift. I want to give you something to get rapids and then scrap it. And all this is coming looking at me like, what the fuck just happened?
What happened?
I don't even know either. Don't ask me because I just go because life's a breeze just sitting there chilling with GBC.
BBT, Paulie P, who would be on a beat? We just beast, rip up these motherfucking MCs, do whatever we please on the mic. That's right, we living the life, do what we like. Every night we doing this shit like you can never compare to it. The motherfuckers just scared of it. Every time we reveal shit, cause we too rare with it. Motherfuckers know that we break it down slow and we take you around town and put you down so much harder than the people bounce.
They say like, what you see ain't what you hear, and what you hear ain't what you thinking that you're seeing, so I ain't believing it, but it's still GBC, kid, and the shit that we bring you just conceive from these kids' fucking minds, and the shit that we fucking see when you believe it, you be going out your fucking mind, you have to live it every single day, have to sit there and not be dismayed, have to sit there and play with the shit that you're fucking giving, like it's fucking okay, but it's a fucking brain to keep on keeping this shit fucking draining, kid. You think some fucking insane? So many people, that's why they fucking hang, kid.
Yeah, that's why we hang out and we bang out this motherfucking do the deranged sound out our brains now. Might take it to another plane now. How these motherfuckers rip it up like they just bouncing. Motherfuckers know we pronouncing these words and denouncing you motherfuckers, ayy.
Right.
That's right, we doing it all day. We just do it every single way.
But I drank a lot, had my cup full of that shit and got me fucked up. I never thought how my life was getting tied up in fucking knots. Then finally I got sick of it. So I said, fuck it, just drop this shit. It was supposed to be a free spit, but I'm gonna keep going a cappella because I wasn't done saying what I was about to say. And I'm just done with it. It's fucking lame, kid.
Don't drink.
BBT did it. This just in. Reza Baluchi was arrested after being intercepted by the U.S. Coast Guard for the 4th time trying to run across the ocean in a floating gerbil wheel. Homemade. What's up with that? He wanted to go to Bermuda, he wanted to go to London. Apparently this was his 4th intercept by the U.S. Coast Guard. They finally got him, I guess. How messed up is that? In other news, 2 of the world's rarest giraffes have been spotted recently. One in Namibia and one in Tennessee. Go figure. Weirdly enough, they're both not spotted at all. You know, in the whole world, there's only 2 known non-spotted giraffes. Go and try and find them. See if you can spot one. And in some international news, Canada's Wonderland theme park had a ride that left its passengers upside down for an hour and 45 minutes. Obviously, in Canada's ultimate theme park, Wonderland The oscillating lumberjack. Left, standing upside down for an hour and 45 minutes. Yelling, kicking, screaming. They had to be let down. Why didn't you just let him go? If you feel like being upside down for an hour and a half, check out Canada's premier theme park, Wonderland. Thank you. I went to Canada 3 times in my life. We drove.
Yeah.
And every time when I got back to town, I got pulled over by the cops. Second I was back in town, we got pulled over by the cops every time. And like we never had anything on us or anything. It was like a really weird thing. It was one time when you talk about the weed dance.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about people handing bags behind it. Like there was someone that had a bag,
Yeah.
and one of my friends was eating goldfish.
Yeah.
And like my buddy handed the bag off to him while we're out. They would search us one at a time. Where I was behind his back to the kid. And he put him underneath all his goldfish, and he was just sitting there eating goldfish all the time with the weed on, like just like a little bit of weed from Canada.
That is fucked up.
Now his goldfish tastes like dry sheets and shit. Cause you know people, they don't like.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about that. Is like fucking. We used to do stupid shit to cover up the smell, and always ruin the weed. Like that's even worse because he not only did he ruin the weed, but he also ruined his goldfish. Yeah. And he had to commit to that. Like he had to keep.
Oh, you have to commit to it.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
The good thing he didn't have like smell, like perfume sensitivity, because he would have been fucked. So.
Yeah, imagine eating that shit. Right? It wouldn't be good. God. But I mean, in the end, right? So like, here's the thing. Like I've always experienced, at least in my life, when you're dealing with police, that as long as you're respectful. And as long as you don't do any stupid sudden movements,
yeah, I mean,
they generally.
I've been in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying, and I think that generally they're not trying to hurt anybody. They're trying to prevent things from happening, and where they have to be aware and they have to read how everybody's acting, what's going to go on. They have to be predicting what's coming up next, even though. If you predict it, it's not going to happen like that. You can never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, so
and every time,
people are fucking.
You don't know. Every
people
time
are fucking
your
crazy.
mind, you know?
But I do realize that we're talking from perspective of there really is a thing about being white in this situation.
And in a town that there was not shootings and stuff like that.
Well,
like not people carrying guns around.
Here's the thing. It's not that I believe that just because you're a different race or different ethnic color that the police are generally going into it with a different attitude. I think that the difference really comes from there's no tension to start with. And in those situations, because of past actions of police officers, people rightfully.
So what you're saying, if if a martial cop pulls over a black person, and they go into it more tense?
I believe that.
Is that what you're implying?
I believe. Well, I think because of like the history of racial problems. There is a underlying tension between those interactions before, before it even starts.
I mean, from both point of view, but I honestly feel that, and maybe in a town like this, that the cops be especially, especially white. Like, oh, how you doing? Like, I got a friend that, shit like that. I mean, I just, you don't know. I mean, I don't know because
you made a good point about how the police have to go into every interaction being on high alert. And I think when you're also on high alert, that immediately starts the interaction.
Yeah, you can feel the tension. I mean, I don't care. You have one person being in a situation, just in the same household, the same area, can change the way everybody feels, whether interacting with them or not.
Right.
It's it's in the air. You know what I'm saying? The energy is in the air, and once one person kind of has an energy shift because of the arrival or the departure or something, it's I don't know. It's like what's it called? When you catch something from somebody, it's infectious, I guess I meant to say. Because, people just kind of tend to,
people play off the emotions of others, right?
And this isn't because of rocks and shit that you have around your house. It's just people, just their mood and their whole motif and their persona changes. Yeah. The whole aura, and you can feel that by the speed somebody's walking, what they're doing with their hands, their shoulders, their face, the tone of their voice.
Yep. Everything.
Right?
Everything's
their demeanor. So a kind of aggressive cop approaches you and starts hassling you for your information. What do you do? How do you interact with this police officer?
Well, whenever dealing with anybody, especially a police officer, you should keep your mind focused, stay to the point, answer any questions directly and honestly, or don't answer them. A lot of people say, you never say anything to a police officer. That's a person's choice and right. My theory is a police officer approaches you or you approach a police officer for whatever reason, you get pulled over at night, you think about it, understanding that this person is constantly, possibly in danger of their lives. So you gotta understand that they might be a little edgy, especially if you're being sketchy. In short, Be polite, concise, driving a car at night, lights go on, windows go down, nobody talks but the driver. Everybody shuts the fuck up, and under no circumstances does anybody get out of the car unless asked to. Straight up. Remember, everybody always has to look for themselves on occasion in situations. People in law enforcement always have to look around their shoulders. So have a little respect.
Thank you, Willis. It made me think about when I was a kid.
Yep.
Like, we were out late fishing, and I think it was like probably 11:30, right on the line where I wasn't supposed to be out anymore on our way back.
This is
right?
back with like the permit law.
When I was, right when after they switched, they did like what they call junior operator laws.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I didn't know shit about them back then. But I don't know shit about them now. But either way, we're supposed to be driving with kids under minors if you hadn't been driving for so long or until you're over 18.
Right.
Unless it's like an adult and like someone.
Yeah, you had to be by yourself, right? That was
Yeah.
the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like we're on the way back, and we just like an extra person in the car, and there's like one of the kids in the back seat, like flipped up and put up his middle finger and said "fucking pigs," and they yelled at the cops. And like it was, and then they followed us all the way to my street,
Right.
and pulled me over 4 houses down from my house.
Right.
And obviously they took everybody out of the car, junior operator. That's one of those things they did, so they can take all the kids out of the car.
Right.
Searched everybody. They threw our pipes in the woods.
Yeah, of course.
A little bit of butt on us, but that just made it stomp up. But then they made me deflate my tire on my car,
Well, that's
and
weird.
they made me say that I was here changing my tire, and they rolled up on me. It was like they had us detained for so long. So now it was after midnight at that point in time. So they made me deflate my tire,
Right.
and they made me say that like I was here fixing my
the
tire,
and then
they
went
pulled
past
up,
the hour that you're allowed to drive.
and 9 hours later, and I could drive. And they
I
made
mean,
me.
that seems a little shady.
It was just like it was weird. It was shady. But then I had to get my car. They impounded my car,
Of course.
so I had to pay to get my car out. They, it was all out of air, so the tire comes off the rim when you get like moving around a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucks it up.
And like it wasn't like I didn't have registration, so I could go to the tow yard and drive my car off the tow yard and change the tire there. That was in my trunk.
Right.
So obviously I wasn't sitting there changing my tire on the side of the road because I had the stuff in my car to do that.
Right.
It was just like it was a really weird thing, like cops just being dicks. But like all that was going through my head the whole time was like what my father's always taught me about how you act towards police officers, regardless of the situation.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like it's a dick thing to do, but who knows? Honestly, if they didn't do that and they charged you with the junior operator thing, that could have been worse.
Yeah, or if they let me get back in the car with everybody I had there,
Right.
and drive to my house and I hit something, or they'd be liable. I don't know. I know there's a lot of legal stuff that goes into that.
Well, the fucked up thing
it
is
was just like this fucking asshole in my backseat decided he wanted to yell fucking pigs and flip him off.
Right.
We had too many people in the car anyways.
Well, the fucked
and it
up
caused a
the
situation.
fucked up thing is they knew that you were 4 houses down.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
they
what I
ran
mean?
my
They knew
place.
exactly what they
Yeah,
were
they
doing.
knew everything. And I'm like, I'd been pulled over before. I knew the cops that pulled me over. They pulled me over before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't think if I just drove by with that many people in the car that they would have been looking to get behind me and pull me over. I don't think it was that situation.
No, it's because
I think that the
because they
person
were
in the back
provoked,
seat yelled out the window.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't like go around, and I think I was right on the line. I could have gotten to my house if they didn't pull me over before the time was out.
right.
So it was like one of those weird ass.
Weird things.
Weird fucking situation,
Here's
you know?
the thing, right? And there is obviously bad apples when you talk about police officers, but honestly, the overwhelming majority of police are good people that are just trying to make
And
things
like
safe.
I don't know,
You know what
they have to react to people. They don't know who you are most of the time. They
Right.
don't know how you and they have to be prepared for anything that
Anything.
can put anybody in danger. That includes you and themselves,
And
anybody in the surrounding area.
Yeah.
And that's like wicked. You got to be hyper sensitive. You have to be hyper aware of everything that's going on around you.
Well,
you know,
but,
like
well,
that.
the thing about police officers is like, they used to be back when we were like kids, and back when like our parents were kids and shit. I would argue more lenient about things. Like people
50-50.
in my generation, for instance, they know what the weed dance is.
Yeah.
Younger generations might not know this, but back when
What
we
the
used to
weed
get
dance?
caught, well, when we used to get caught bags of weed, they most of the time, as long as it wasn't like a sellable amount, would just make you dump it out and stomp on it and grind it into the ground.
Yeah.
But nowadays they really can't be lenient like that because everybody's got cameras, everybody's recording everything.
I mean, dumping it out and not charge you is not the same as like letting a bunch of people that are drunk get back in the car and drive
Oh no!
away.
I mean, I think cops are, and rightfully so, extra harsh on drunk drivers.
No, I mean, like
They
I was
should-
thinking.
Fictitious statistics with Polly P.
Oh snap! That's me. 17 out of 25 B&Es that happen in urban, low-income neighborhoods are not reported because the victims would rather take matters in their own hands and think they have a better chance of getting their shit back if they solve it on their own. 7 out of 20 B&Es that occur in wealthy neighborhoods are not reported because they are the victim's family or someone that they know. During the first 2 weeks of the month, the average traffic cop writes between 25 and 30 violations. And on week 3, the number of average violations written by a traffic cop actually lowers down to 10 to 15 violations. Then in the last week of the month, it goes from like 30 to 40 violations that week. Huh? Gotta get the quota? A little uneven, yeah? 1 out of every 10 rescued cats was rescued by an officer of the law. 10 out of 10 rescued cats just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so we did a show the other night, right?
Yeah, and you know, it was put on, it was really good.
It was really good.
It was awesome. Put on by Mike Worm.
My boo.
It was a benefit
Yeah.
for some friends of ours that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
And that's never really fun to talk about.
No.
He raised a ton of money for some scholarships.
Yep.
And
He does good
every
stuff.
year he helps out people.
Yeah, they do that shit every year.
Can't say enough about Mike Worm. Is always working. He's always doing his thing.
Yeah.
I never see him stop looking forward. He's not like
Yeah.
living behind him. He's killing it.
Yeah, and he's always trying to put people out there and get help out others.
Yeah,
he's
shout
not
out.
all about himself.
Out to Dogs in the Woods.
Dogs in the woods. Yeah.
Also, buddy Nate Taylor, who I haven't seen in a long time, caught up with us at the show, and
Yeah.
he
That
was
was
hanging,
good.
chilling. He put out some good footage of us
Yeah.
online, which I appreciate a lot.
Absolutely.
On Facebook, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do a lot of good shit. It was a
Yeah.
good show. It was at the C Note in Hull.
He
We
really,
haven't
really
been there in a
the
while.
sound
but-
guy we met a couple of times. You know, he did our sound really good, and
Yeah.
we're a little bit worried about how we're gonna bring our music there to give it to them to connect to the sound thing. But basically any way we brought it, he could have hooked up. So that was really cool. Like really.
And it's also
Appreciate
nice. I mean,
Yeah.
when we did shows back in the day, we did a lot of shows with sound guys that weren't trying
And
to make
Mike
us
Worm,
sound
too,
good. They're
who
trying
always
to
shows up.
fuck us over and fuck the mics up.
Never
on
there,
purpose.
but at other shows.
Yeah,
You
not-
got, like
yeah,
a
not with
hip-hop
them, but-
DJ or
But it was nice to work with.
people like to mess with people.
Yeah, it's nice to work with a sound guy who's actually trying to
Or
make
even
it
a
sound
promoter
good.
too.
Yeah,
And he
everything.
just asked to come on a couple weeks ago. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anywhere I look, he was posting for this show.
Yeah.
And he actually had a pretty decent turnout. Probably not as many as he didn't seem like he had as many as he wanted, but I was impressed with the numbers that showed out.
Yeah,
Especially the day after Thanksgiving. you
Yeah,
know.
well, that's the thing. It was fucking Black Friday. You know what I mean?
No,
Like-
Keith Hughes showed up there.
Yeah.
As I was getting ready to go,
Yeah.
Keith Hughes
And-
showed up.
And here's the deal. I mean, I was talking to a few people, and they were actually asking us, what's going on with the music. And here's the thing. We've been putting a lot of work into this podcast.
And chapter 3 too.
But yeah, we actually have been working on some music stuff. Chapter 3 is coming by the end of this season.
And also we're setting up new sound booths
Mm-hmm.
and trying to get our whole studio set up so we can do this, do music,
Do everything.
photo shoots, maybe
Right.
skits.
But,
and
you
it's
know-
nothing that goes just like that.
No,
It's
but-
always you got to put in a little bit every day.
Yeah, but
until you get there.
even though we've been putting a lot of work into the podcast, don't think that we're falling off in the
Well,
music.
we
you
be
know
on
what
it.
I'm
We
saying?
practice. We
Yeah.
do our songs.
Chapter
we go
3
through,
is
we always
coming
having ideas, and
Yeah.
my boy Ellie's been coming over. We're gonna start doing some more songs with him. We're gonna
Yeah.
try and get some of the old Pro Tools
Yeah.
sessions up and going
Yeah.
too.
Do
And,
remixes. Do some shit.
revamp some of the sets, make them
Yeah.
more appropriate for the show that we're playing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, check it out. Keep
Yeah.
in tuned, and
As
if
always.
you're not loving life, do you find someone to get a hug from?
Right.
Okay? Yeah, please do that, because
Maybe-
there's always somebody
maybe,
who probably
maybe
needs
we'll
a hug.
go out to like main areas, give you a T-shirt that says "free hugs."
Yeah, free hugs. I'm not gonna hug anybody I don't know, though. I mean, don't fucking touch me if I don't know you. I'm sorry. Unless you're having a bad day. I mean, I might let my
He
guard
talks
down,
big, but he'd give you a hug.
I'm like a big teddy bear. Scary until you make fun of me, and then I'm like, oh, please don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, not really like that, but you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as always, thank you for joining Boot
Thank you.
TV.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Do all that stuff. And
Yeah.
we're gonna play the Days Go By that we performed
Yeah,
at the
at the
that
Sea
show.
Note Hall.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mike Worm, for putting that on. Soundman, you were the shit.
Absolutely.
Nate Taylor, thank you for reaching out to us after. We hope you have you on here
yeah.
soon.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna haunt you until you come now that you said something. And honestly, I think that King Slater's going to come by at some point here in a few. Not for their show, but
we'll see.
hopefully get him back in here.
Yeah. Boot TV, we out.
Out.
Turn the microphone, we tell it how it is. Yeah. Let's not work this shit out of here. Shopping, leave my big. I wouldn't have a single problem. Wouldn't deal with little baby. But you motherfuckers could never visualize the position that I'm in. Or be able to give a reason why I do this shit. You just say, you stupid kid. You'll never be a bet that ain't when I'm about to watch it. Just that you can usually I can say nobody's better. Hear it exaggerate, go on and on about how I'm gonna get you, but why? Life is just a roller coaster ride. Ups and downs, get miles around. I bet the hell with that twice. Price. I lost count, stop paying attention. All the notes you see the no pain, I don't even have to mention a single word, you can see it in my eyes. When face to face between my teeth, but keep it quiet. Life is all as the days go by. Gotta hold your head up high. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Time's wasted. Life is all as the days go by. Gotta hold your head up high. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Time is wasted. Yo, said it, I'm extravagant. Like the middle of obstacles, collaborate. They've always trying to rap this shit. Soundtracks can be low for secret passages. Anywhere in the bitches and pass that low. Indeed, the my side is this. I'm going to like shit like this, y'all. Together Chronicles. Tapping home, blow a purple smoke. Or smoke under some of that. Passing it to somebody fucking had you. Kill me like sentences, that's a damn sad. You think a lifetime, yeah, I've had the experience that I've had. And learn from them, you know, probably take 2 more passes. Let me drama, yo. I hold my head off, you fucking pass it. I broke through, my stash cast and molded. You broke stone, shit is out of glass. What? Make TVC slam is breaking your ass, yo. It's a ghetto grind, cause life is hard as the days go by. Gotta hold your head up high, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Time is wasted. Life is hard as the days go by. Gotta hold your head up high. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Don't ever let them tell you that your time is wasted.